Hey everybody. Uh, I look a little weird because I just took a shower and I don't have my contacts in because I'm about to go to bed, even though it's completely bright outside. Um, this morning for breakfast I had an avocado bagel. For lunch I had oh, my AirPods are over there. For lunch I had some leftover stew, and for dinner I had we had pizza, and that was pretty good. I woke up at 4:30 a.m. this morning and I got to work. My mom and I drove to work because I work at the same place my mom works, and it went pretty well. I showed up and I did the garbage, and then my boss showed up. It was pretty cool. We've been working on this model for the past couple months, and we just ran it today. We also ran it last week, but I wasn't there. And it was really, really neat. It was cool. It's really big. It's like the highest parts are like 20 feet tall, and it was full of water, and we put fish in it. The point of the model was to see how fish will survive in it, and that was really cool. And yeah, I was initially kind of worried because I was just doing my normal sweeping, and I just do cleaning usually around. And it's a pretty big lab, so like there's always stuff to clean. But I was initially a little worried because, and the reason I'm not looking at the camera is because I can't really see anything. I have a worse prescription than my dad, which is crazy, in one of my eyes. Uh, yeah, so I was a little worried once I was done with lunch and they were running the model still. I asked my boss, like, hey, is there anything I can do other than sweeping that'll keep me busy? And I don't mind sweeping, but like, right? And he was like, well, really, you should just be looking at the model. Um, and I like looking at the model because it's very cool to see the model running, but like it feels unproductive because you really are just standing around, especially if you're not like the one running the model. Um, and I've actually ran the models before, but nothing this important, right? And what he told me is that my he didn't say this, but what he essentially said is that like my job is to make everybody else's job easier, and so it's good for me to be around in case somebody needs something for the model. So really, it's okay to just stand around and look at the model, especially when it's running, considering it doesn't happen too often. And that was pretty relieving. Yeah, like it was just cool, because I tend to be really worried about my productivity at this job, and I think that comes from my sandwich job, the job I still have now, and my first job, my first job, where like you really do have to be productive all the time. Like it's not like a normal fast food job where you can just like, and I that's the only other job I've worked, so I'm not sure, but it's not like a normal fast food job where you can like kind of do stuff when it's slow. Like if it's slow, there's always something to do. And frankly, my boss watches through the cameras and she texts you if you're like on your phone or something. So there's always something to do. It's like always very sort of busy, and so that sort of transferred over to like this job at this model lab, because I would always be worried about having stuff to do, and I think that's a good inclination of mine. But it was really cool to sort of have that tempered today by what my boss said. Um, I think I don't know. Yeah, it was just neat. It was cool. There were a couple guys who came who were like in charge of the fish, and they're from like a fish company. I don't know. I don't know like what the business model of a company is that like has small fish for running in models. Like presumably that's not the only thing they do, but like they were like experts at doing this exact sort of thing. So I don't know how you get that job, but we had like some fish guys, and they like we did some stuff with fish, and we put fish in the model. They're like this big, and we'd catch them with nets once the model was over. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool. And yeah, oh, and my boss showed me his new camera, and that was really cool. It's like a full frame like DSLR camera. It's really neat. Yeah, bye. How long is this video? Wow, 4 minutes. Okay. Goodbye.